I'm getting there. Remember, I said we're going to take some calls, and we're also going to have some write-in questions, and I'm waiting for one there. Here we go. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that. Um, I have a hard time standing up for myself at work. I let people control me and talk to me however they want. These people are not my bosses. To try to keep the peace, what do I do? Well, first thing I would ask you is, are you sure that this is only at work? I would find that hard to believe. Well, let's put it differently. If you told me that's true, then it's not hard to believe. There's reasons for it. But I would find it less common, let's put it that way, that somebody is doesn't have boundaries at work, but has them everywhere else in their life. So what I would want you to do first is to answer that question. Does this only happen at work? Because sometimes there are particular contexts where people have boundary problems and they don't have them in other places. Now, generally speaking, if you can do that, then you're going to find is what you're going to find out what is the particular vulnerability in that context that's making it work like that for you. See, if it's just at work, is there some sort of financial fear that you have that needs to be addressed? Okay, it doesn't happen in other places. Is there something about performance? Maybe you were praised well and feel good about all your ability to be, friends and lovers in life, your personal relationships, your community, and maybe your if you're married, your spouse, or our personal relationships, you're not insecure about pulling that off. But when it comes to performance and being graded on something, that's a moment of insecurity. So first of all, I want to contextualize the problem and ask, does it only happen at work, or does it really happen across the board? Because then you don't have a particular vulnerability that you're trying to answer or fix, right? You're trying to fix an overall people pleasing problem. And it says you try to do this to keep the peace. Well, I don't know what that means. You said you let people control you to keep the peace. Are you talking about, it sounds like you're talking about you don't want conflict in between the two of you. Okay. Well, I want you to do a number of things. First of all, I want you to, and get in a safe place to do this. If you need help doing this, get a therapist or something. But I want you to kind of look back in your history and your wiring and ask, where did I learn that to stand up for my opinions or to say no or not do something somebody wants? Where did I learn that put me in danger? Because the more you can do that and you find out, really, it's not the whole human race that acts that way. It was my father, or it's my mother, or it's my sister or brother. And the more you can make a global, vague threat very specific and objective about a person, then we can begin to deal with it, find out what your weaknesses were there and all of that, and begin to make it about that person, resolve that conflict in your head, and move on. And it stops generalizing to the world. The old term for this is transference. I used to transfer how I felt with dad to the whole world, or how I felt with mom to the whole world. And so that insight and really dealing with those feelings and looking at the fears that came from that is very, very important. The second thing is to get into a specific healing context, like a group or with a therapist, where you begin to practice and you begin to disagree and have opinions of your own and, begin to say those. And then when that happens, talk about the anxiety. It's really scary for me to say this, but I'm going to say it. And then you're going to get the anxiety out, but you're not going to do the anxiety. You're going to go do the new thing with the anxiety. Oh my gosh. Every now and then that happens. Why have I never thought of that before? You ever had a thought, you go, why haven't I ever said it that way before? I mean, I've said that 1,000 times, but there was something about looking at it that way that I want you to hear. To go with the anxiety to do the right thing, make it your companion. See, what we try to do is get rid of the anxiety so then you can go set the boundary or disagree or whatever it is. No, grab the anxiety as your buddy, say, come on, fear, we're going to go say no. Because then you're not being afraid of the fear, which is doubling the fear. But not only that, you're making space for it and you're increasing the RAM in your brain to be able to come up with the right answers. So take the fear with you, make it your buddy, say, come on, we'll enter into some not keeping the peace here and it's going to be scary. So let's go do this together, fear. You're my buddy. So you're not negating it, you're not trying to stop it, you're not trying to overcome it. Doesn't work anyway, because that part of your brain's not even connected to the fear center. So just take it with you and then practice. And then I want you to record kind of what the reactions are. And what you're going to find is, by and large, when you have a conflict or disagree with somebody, by and large, humans are okay with that. Some aren't. And the some that aren't are just going to have to deal with it. And then I want you to begin to look at getting comfortable with people being upset with you. One of my favorite verses, because it reminds me all the time how important this is. Jesus said, whoa, 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 whoa to you. You know, when God says, whoa to you, that's some serious stuff. if he says, because a whoa is not a good thing. Woe is me. Woe to you. What did he say? Woe to you when all people speak well of you. How can we have everybody happy with us without being duplicitous or without not standing up for anything? Without never having an opinion, without having boundaries. If you never say no, then yeah, everybody's going to be happy with you because they're going to get whatever they want from you. Really? Is that the life you want? No, it's not. So through all of these changes, getting the support you need before and after you do this, changing the perspective on somebody being upset, that if somebody's upset with you, that doesn't equal a bad day. That may equal a great day. You finally stood up for what you needed. So changing that perspective, getting healed of the old relationships, and also finding out who's really in your corner.